This is a quick rough video on how to create an asset data work order. Okay, what we're going to do is look at our list, and we've already created this one here, and so we're going to create the next one down. So if we looked at this row, that's done. We're now going to move on to this one, and so we're going to use asset C4855. And so I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to Maximo, and I'm going to go to assets, which is a separate section in work orders. So under assets, paste that asset in there. That's the asset. I'm going to click on it. And then from there, I'm going to do is go up to select action, and I'm going to create a work order. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a work order that associates the information from this asset in there. And so we're going to create a work order, and this is where we put in our description. So I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to say, I'm going to copy this language because I'm using something similar. This is also a cold room, so they're very similar. And it's also a medical science, but it's a different location. So this is 0290. So I'm going to do is say 0290 instead of 1164, because this is the room second floor, room 90, not 11th floor 64. So basically that's almost identical. And then I'm going to go copy the long description and say do asset, do all this stuff here. It looks good. And then I'm going to do is say OK, I think. Let's see here. Let's just try that. Okay, so C888. Oh, where'd it go? I just created one. Okay, so here we go. If you go click on work, you could find that. It'd be nice if it took you to that location, but it doesn't. So this is the work order we created. And so now that we've done that, let's go kind of wrap it up. And so what we're going to do is go to, I think you click here and say go to work order. Now that we're in that work order, boy, that looks way too complicated. Let's delete all that crap. It wants to make it rich text, I guess. And so we're just going to take that out because it's not doing anyone any good. Okay. So now we're back in business. This is medical science, so we're going to click on the cost center, and luckily it's already pulled it over.
Okay.
That's great. Okay. And
is that going to happen every time, or just?
I think so, yeah. And so, but it's good to double check.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do is look at the job. We're going to associate the job plan. And so we're going to click on select value, and I believe it is 2585. We could just type in asset if we didn't know what that was. And let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, job plan. You have to go to job plans. If I typed in asset here, see this one says complete asset data 2585. I could pick that, or I can just not return with the value. Instead, just type in 2585 and say save. And now that put that in there. I could tell if I go to plans because now I've got these 4 steps in there. And 10, 20, 30, 40. The reason why it's set that way is if we want to put a step in between, we can always make it 11 or 12 or 15. It doesn't block that for us. Okay, so we're at the work order. We've got the job plan attached. We've got to assign it to the right group. And so we are going to do, instead of work group being CSC, what we're going to do is put in, we know this is P21. And so I'm going to say save, and that's going to change it to Danny Pack. And that way he can decide who's going to do this and be the owner of it. Other than that, I think at that point, we've got the job plan. It's associated with the work order. It's been assigned to the right work group, and the cost center is correct. I think we can do is copy this, go back to our little worksheet, and just so we know we're keeping track that we've done it. This is just a little one way of doing it. We're just going to say, yeah, we've done this one. We're going to move on down the line. And so we've created a work order for this particular asset data right here. I think that's all we need to talk about in order to do these. So wrap it up.